Iran says Bashar al-Assad controls only 30% of Syria. He's the defected Prime Minister Riyad Hijab. He says the regime is crumbling. He's calling for a united opposition and the army to take the side of the people. Riots in a northern French town. François Hollande says all means necessary will be deployed to catch the rioters. Police were fired on, property torched and cars burnt out in Amiens. Over £140 million now in the bank. The Euro millionaires are a couple from the east of England. Remarkably, the man, there he is, who brought the winning ticket, says he's going to keep working in his music shop. Also in this hour of the programme, this half hour rather, we have sport for you. Two French soccer stars could face jail over soliciting an underage prostitute, but Franck Ribéry and Karim Benzema are still in the national squad to face Uruguay tomorrow. In culture, Maribor in Slovenia has been selected as European Capital of Culture for 2012. In the culture segment, Eve Jackson is there to find out if it merits the title. Bashar al-Assad's former Prime Minister has spoken, and his first major statement since defection last week has thrown a new light on the situation inside Syria. Riyad Hijab claims Assad controls only 30% of the country. He's calling on the army to side with the people and for the opposition to show a united front.
I confirm that the Assad regime is collapsing from the inside, morally and economically, and that it barely controls 30% of the country. Therefore, I ask you to continue with the revolution, and I ask the opposition outside the country to unite now more than ever, so that the dissenting voices, those who say that the opposition is divided, so that they can be silenced, and so that we can focus on our unique goal.
Islamic allies of Syria have voted to suspend the country from their bloc. The Saudi-based Organization of Islamic Cooperation took the decision in the wake of the ongoing violence. The move was opposed by Iran, Assad's Shiite ally. We're joined now by Majid Rafizadeh, a Middle Eastern analyst. He joins us by phone. Good evening to you, sir. Can I ask you first about the former Prime Minister, the defector, Riyad Hijab? How accurate do you think his analysis is? Assad just controlling 30% of the country.
Well, I think it's definitely the Assad regime has been weakened, but I think there is still a centralized government which is controlling most of the territory in Syria. I don't see that his government is on the verge of collapse, and the reason I'm saying this is that still you see the business class, the silent middle class in Damascus have not yet joined the opposition, either because of their fear of the government or other reasons, and still you see a unified allied army supporting the regime. And most of these defections that we're seeing are from Sunni officials that they weren't really involved in the inner circle of Assad.
Indeed, you mentioned Sunni Muslims. The Organization of Islamic Cooperation is based in Saudi Arabia, which of course is a Sunni country. How significant do you think it is that this organization has now chosen to suspend Syria?
Well, I think this is an important question, but I think the move is more symbolic. And the Organization of Islamic Cooperation, with its 57 members, it really doesn't have enforcement power. We saw already Arab League, they suspended Syria, and they isolated Syria, but they didn't bring the regime to its knees. So I see this more of a Sunni-Shiite confrontation between Saudi Arabia and Iran, and Saudi Arabia wants to assert itself as the leader of the still majority of Muslim population, Sunni. The 57 members basically cover around 1.5 billion people, and 13% of these are around roughly 10 to 13% are Shia, and the rest are Sunni.
Rafiz, Majid Rafizadeh, thank you very much for joining us and sharing your analysis with us here on France 24.